business.
Thank you, Sheriff. I'll ask Mr. Joe Pettigo, if he will, to have our invitation. Please, sir.
That was great. Father in heaven, we're thankful for this day and its blessings. Thankful for many ways that you've carried and watched over us. We pray that on the commission tonight. Pray that you will be with the commission in the decisions that are made and the decisions that we make that are best for our county. We're thankful for many positive things we have going on in this county and continue to help each of us to do those things that will continue to be positive. Pray that our blessings and care upon us as we depart. Help us always to look to thee and thy word. These blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Steve. Now we'll have a roll call.
Somebody's gold line there for you.
That's okay.
Fire them a souvenir.
While we're trying to help you find the device, so one of our commissioners can.
Mayor, look up the seat is up there.
Up there. That was his name. Thank you. Well, we would certainly appreciate the public being here, and this is your county, your county commission, and the public is always invited to attend and welcome. So at this time, we'll continue with the roll call. Please, everyone check in, please. Kevin Park's not here tonight. Present. Thank you. Next item on the agenda will be approval of the agenda, but before we do that, I will ask you to approve 2 additional items to that, to amend the agenda as item 6A. Okay? And between items 6 and 7, I'd like to have a call for a brief recess for a session with legal counsel on a pending legal matter. And then afterwards, after that review session, before item 7, to vote on a recommended settlement on that pending legal matter, subject to approval when we review that tomorrow with our jail review committee, the old jail review committee. So I hope I've stated that sufficiently too. And as item 6A, a recess for a brief session with legal counsel on a pending legal matter. Coming back after that with a vote on a recommended settlement subject to approval tomorrow when our jail review committee reviews that item tomorrow. And then another item that I'll add under, under 10F other, for the commission to review a letter of support for the Highway 41 South widening project, a letter of support that we will send to TDOT to hopefully encourage them to expedite or fast track that recommended widening of that from basically about Home Depot, recommending widening that stretch out to the access road, a space of about 2 miles. It'll be a five lane through there. The 3 criteria they look at on a place like that is safety, and we certainly have safety issues there with the traffic in and out of the jail and the officers on coming out having to wait to pull out there and whatever, and secondly being congested, and thirdly being future economic development. And all 3 of those are critical items right through there that we need to address. And so I've got a letter, you've got in your packet, we handed out the recommended letter to the Deputy Commissioner and Chief Engineer of TDOT. So I request that be added as item 10 under 10F of it, letter of support to TDOT.
I move to approve the agenda as amended or as.
Okay. Thank you, Major. Second?
I second.
Roll call here. Okay. Discussion? If not, let's vote, please. Motion passes 20 yes. Thank you, Commission. Next, item number 6 will be review and approval of the minutes of the previous meeting. Have a motion to approve? By Commissioner Duncan, second.
Second.
By Commissioner Stubblefield. Discussion? There being none, let's vote, please. Yes, thank you, Commission. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to recess. Okay, it's on, okay, just recess. Call for recess, vote, hang around, we'll be back in a minute. Thank you for your patience. Commission is now reconvened, and we had lengthy discussion from council, and now I'll turn it over to him for the word of the...
I would request or ask if some member of the commission would make a motion to approve the proposed settlement of the pending litigation or pending legal issue, conditioned upon approval by the jail committee in its upcoming meeting. And that the mayor be authorized to sign all necessary documents to perfect that resolution.
Second by Commissioner Morris. Okay, discussion. Discussion. There being none, let's vote, please.
Does anyone want to change their vote? 20 yes.
Okay, thank you, Commission. Okay.
Number 7, resolutions of memorial, sympathy, and commendation. A, resolution 2016-08 for Robert R. Graves, and the commission requests that his wife Diane read the resolution.
Resolution in honor and recognition of Robert Bob R. Graves for his devotion and dedication to the citizens of Coffee County, Tennessee. Whereas Robert Bob R. Graves serves as an employee of the Coffee County Sheriff's Department as a sergeant and a K-9 officer for 32 years from 1984 to 2016. Whereas his tenure of service was characterized by dedication, fairness, and outstanding service to the people of Coffee County. Be it resolved, therefore, that the Coffee County Board of Commissioners hereby commends Robert Bob R. Graves for his outstanding service to Coffee County, Tennessee. Be it further resolved that Robert Bob R. Graves received a copy of this resolution and that a copy be maintained on file as a permanent record. Passed and so ordered this 10th day of May, 2016.
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? There being none, let's vote.
Mayor, is Mr. R. Graves in the audience?
Yes, he is.
Oh, okay. I'd like to give him a round of applause.
Thank you all for your outstanding service. Let's vote, please. Do we need to vote? No, that's just slam dunk. Still need to vote.
Anyone want to change their vote?
Okay, 20 years, thank you. Vote passes. Sheriff, I've already signed that. You want me to start it over there? Okay.
8, elections, appointments, and confirmations. A, notaries.
Rush.
I move that the parties listed on the list of notaries to be elected at this meeting be approved.
I second it.
Motion second, discussion. There being none, let's vote, please. Thank you.
8B, equalization board.
Move the members be accepted.
Motion by Commissioner Brown, second by Commissioner Shelton. Discussion. There being none, let's vote, please.
These things I don't know who's going to talk.
Thank you.
Okay, there being no other, number 9, unfinished business, I don't know of any unfinished business. 10, new business, a report on debt obligation.
This is the result of our bid for our capital outlay notes. The bid was awarded to Traders Bank at a rate of 1.9902. Just need a motion to accept the report.
Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Morris, second by Commissioner Shelton. Discussion. There being none, let's vote, please. Yes, thank you.
Got budget amendments. First one is number, 101, 2016-06. This is taking $28,000 for the Courtroom Security Technology Reserve. For some improvements at the Justice Center. There's no effect on fund balance. Second one is 259, 2016-17. $4,000 as a contribution coming from the Rural Infrastructure Fund for other contracted services.
Make a motion to approve both these amendments. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Ricketts, second by Commissioner Duncan. Discussion. Let's vote, please. Yes, thank you.
Next amendment is for the schools. It's number 141, 2016-4. The explanations are on the last page. There's no effect on fund balance. These were approved at the Budget and Finance meeting on May 3rd.
Motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Morris, second by Commissioner Shelton. Discussion? There being none, let's vote, please.
2016-09, resolution raising the dollar amount above which purchase orders, quotes, and bids must be for an expenditure or sale by Coffee County government.
Have a motion to approve? Motion by Commissioner Shelton. Yeah. Okay. Margaret? She made a vote, Mark. Commissioner Cunningham made a motion, second by Rosemary. Discussion. This was discussed at length in our purchasing commission meeting. No discussion? Okay, let's vote, please. Yes. Thank you, Commissioner.
Mr. Mayor, for the benefit of the audience, would you give those amounts that this was raised to?
Okay, we've had for many years a purchase order limit of $250. We're raising that to $500. On quotes, with the limit was $1,500, that's been raised to $2,500. And on bids, the bid threshold has been $7,500, and that's been raised to $10,000. State of Tennessee will allow $25,000 on that one. We felt like it's time to raise that from $7,500 to $10,000. And hopefully that will speed up some of the purchase process and be less paperwork for purchase again for longer and for others.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
10E, purchasing policies and procedures.
Along with what we just recommended, or voted on, we had to, of course, amend those limits and make some other, Andy has tweaked some of the purchasing policies and procedures, so you have those in front of you. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Move the amendments be approved.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Bryan, second by Commissioner Stubblefield. Discussion. There being none, let's vote, please. Well, yes. Thank you, Commissioner.
Uh, 10F, letter of support for Highway 41 widening project.
This came after a meeting last Friday with TDOT officials and Judge Feeney and the representatives from Manchester, and Senator Fulton was there. We met with, I guess, about 5 of the representatives and talked with them about the need to consider that and try to fast track that. And they mentioned that there are 3 reasons they use for as a criteria to consider a widening or a project like this, and certainly fast tracking that would be safety, congestion, and future economic development. And our requests fit into all 3 of those, so we've asked them to fast track that. They did in that meeting suggest that it would help them, I guess, in the process if we had a letter or a recommendation sent to TDOT from the county commission, either a resolution or a letter of recommendation. So we thought the simplest thing would be a letter of recommendation. You have that in front of you. Scott St. John crafted that, and we feel like that covers in detail the proper points to be submitted to the state. So that was an agenda add-on, so I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion that we approve the widening of the road.
Thank you, Rosemary. Second by Mr. Crockett. Discussion.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I know you attended our talk last night, went over this, but I was thinking about that. Just a question. In y'all's meeting, were there any other TDOT projects that were on the table, or was this really the only one that y'all were really focusing on?
No, we did review a second request that'll be presented later, another project on a bypass.
And I think Mr. Kelly raised a good point that the exit 117 is is becoming pretty dysfunctional or dangerous too.
Very much so.
You know, it's when, I just never know when TDOT has money, you know, they do the widening road, I mean, how do they prioritize it with maybe not having enough money to do, redo an exit like 117. So they're all needed, just a matter of, I guess, choosing a priority.
I know that was in some early discussion about the tremendous need to work on the exits there as well. A lot of work needs to be done right there.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I guess one other comment. Please encourage them, in this letter, I'm not sure really completely does that, but encourage them to fix the intersection where the access road comes in at that location, not just widen this, but to make that a little more convenient and a little safer in their design from what it is today. Especially if that's at a choke point where we're going down from 5 lanes to 2 or 3 lanes again.
And I know there was some discussion earlier about having a traffic signal there, and it was mentioned to them the other day that Great Lakes Cheese, or someone said that there's going to be in short order or short time, at least 118 wheelers a day going across right there 41 at that key intersection that he's mentioned. You talk about a traffic problem and a safety issue and whatever. While we were out there the other day with those TDOT officials, thankfully there were 3 18-wheelers that came through there at that exact time we were there. So they saw firsthand our concern on that.
Mr. Mayor, a member of Rural Roads and Bridges, since it was brought up about exit 117, I think TDOT and the Air Force are working together and have asked all the road superintendent about posting 35. They're going to cut the speed limit down to 35 miles an hour. I think from the industrial park entrance on the county side of the exit, all the way to that old Hillsborough Road, that gravel road on the other side. But anyway, they are looking at the safety issues, the hazards that exist at 117, are working on it.
Any other discussion? Now let's vote, please. Yes, thank you.
Reports of standing committees and action thereon. Budget and finance.
The budget process is proceeding. We've certainly had, I'm not sure what percentage of the departments come before the Budget and Finance Committee. We have several more scheduled. Our next meeting is a week from tonight. And then I think we have another one the last Tuesday of the month and then the first Tuesday of June. So hopefully we'll have a fairly good budget to go over at the full commission meeting in June. Then we can air all the issues that I hope the commissioners might have at that meeting. So 2 weeks later, we'll be in a position to adopt a final budget before the end of the fiscal year, which will be a great thing for us to accomplish. So.
Thank you, Rush. Legislative?
I wasn't at the last legislative, this is my surgery, so I won't comment. Rosemary, did you?
We canceled that meeting due to, we didn't know where our fearless leader was.
Education. HWR. Capital outlay.
The roof on this building is progressing. And then the awning on the library, the Manchester Library has been put on. And then the doors will be replaced at the library.
Law enforcement. Personnel and compensation.
We've had numerous meetings, but really have nothing to report to you tonight.
Reports of special committees.
I would like to make a report on behalf of our Courthouse Security Committee to update our legislative body. We've had numerous meetings and have been concerned about several courthouse security issues. We found out that by state law, the Courthouse Security Committee will make a report to the county legislative body by May the 15th. Finding that out, we're doing that tonight. I just wanted to mention too that in our last meeting on April 22nd, we came to resolution on several items we're in the process of and recommending to be done. The windows when you walk up to going into the center itself have been tinted, and for security reasons we thought that needed to be done, and that will hopefully help on the heating as well and cooling in there. We have 4 barriers that have now been placed in front of that. When you drive up there now, you'll see those strategically placed right at off the sidewalk there, apart, so you can have wheelchair access and whatever. Our concern was that what if someday, and in this time in which we live, you never know, but what if someday a disgruntled person just decides that I'm upset with whatever, I'm just going to take my vehicle right up through the front of the building and whatever. So we put those barriers there. I would add that was done at zero cost to the county. Zero cost. So those were in place. We discussed that, or found out that apparently the locks, the exterior locks have not really been replaced to our knowledge in over 25 years. We recommended this be done as soon as possible, so Captain Watkins had received a quote to rekey all the exterior locks and put a passcode lock on the front corner door. That will be the lower exit fob on the 41 there, Sheriff, I don't know what you call that, close to the service station entrance down there. And that will be a secure entrance for all state and county employees. And we've been concerned for some time and talked about safety for our judges as well as our people, and felt like that'd be appropriate to do. And as you saw in your whatever there, I won't go into all the details of that, the cost on that would be about $4,000. Also, we'll be rerouting the traffic coming in right there to give more security, and the amendment that was passed earlier on the Courthouse Security Committee, $4,000 that will be used, about $4,000 to put in a new metal detector right there. Also, the sheriff will be sending the court officers to training in August, and 7 or whatever, sheriff, and the cost of that was $1,600. I think it's $200 a piece for 8 items, I believe. And we also talked about having radios, and those, we've been looking at that and getting those portables and being paid for out of Homeland Security funds, and so that every department there in the facility would have a radio, and if you have a security incident, they would know that immediately, and that way they would know to place everything on lockdown. So we felt like that was critically important for the security of our people there. And then part of that appropriation is to, as was approved earlier, updating our phone system. That system's been out there since the 90s. And many times people can't call in. We get reports all the time from people complaining that they can't get in, sometimes they can't get out. And we have a process and a request to approve that with a new phone system that gets into the 21st century. So just wanted to present to the county legislative body a Courthouse Security Committee report. So some of those items have already been corrected and some are in process now.
Statements and announcements.
I have an announcement, please. It's with sadness I would like to tell everyone of a tragic death of an iconic figure in our community. If you have ever had anything to do with a car, a boat motor, hot rod, you surely run across Mr. Ed Winstead. He was a gearhead. You know, he's like me. If it ain't got a motor, I ain't interested. He was a Lincoln Zephyr nut since his teenage years, and this is a real unusual accident. He actually lost his life because of a car wreck, but he hand-built a V12 flathead powered dragster but it really made it go in a straight line. He decided to play with it at age 87. He got in it Sunday evening, and he took off down his road, which is the road that parallels the railroad track behind the old middle school. Lost control, went through the trees, tumbled down into the railroad track below, and he wound up at ICU in Nashville, but he didn't make it. And I just wanted everyone to know that. He had 2 daughters, Terry Christian, married to Rod Christian, and Deborah Blanton, married to Buck Blanton. You guys may know the daughters. But anyway, I just wanted to make that public. Thank you.
Any other statements or announcements?
There will be a fallen officers memorial program tomorrow at South Jackson Civic Center at 12 noon. It'll be outside if the weather permits, otherwise it'll be inside.
Thank you, Jack. And one statement I would make, this weekend, our National Guard locally will be hosting the beginning of several massive maneuvers, and reading on that and checking into that, these will be the most significant, most massive maneuvers by the Guard across the states in World War II. And there'll be a lot of activity going on here, so you'll hear some choppers overhead, whatever. But I think 50 different Guard units are involved in this statewide, whatever. They'll be simulating or practicing some rescue maneuvers and just whatever, so law enforcement will be there, and fire department and whatever. So I just want to alert you to that beginning this weekend. Any other statements or announcements? Any comments by the public?
Mayor.
We're glad you're here tonight. Mr. Hargraves, thank you, sir, for your service.
I want everybody to know I appreciate it, but it was my benefit serving y'all, and I've enjoyed it, and I thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. I appreciate your service to our county, protecting us and all our first responders and all that they do. Any other comments? If not, motion to adjourn.